Hello, it's me again for Unit 3 Federalism. I am doing federalism, but it is the second interview which wants me to identify and categorize federal and state governments, local powers, and jurisdiction, and to also explain the process for government to obtain a territory to achieve statehood. I'm going to do 2 and 3 into one video, so let's start going down. Okay, well, first let's start off with the second, and that is to identify and categorize their powers. Okay, well, there's different powers for states and local governments, and federal government as well. Well, for the state, they have powers to deal with taxes and other things like, let's see, taxes is one of them. They wanted the ability to, let's see, deal with, wait, I just spelled myself, okay, sorry. Taxes, let's see, taxes, okay, here we go. Poll tax, which also taxes, to power to spend and borrow money, to apply eminent domain, and to deal with borrowing and spending money as well. These are the implied powers as you saw in the first section. These would go under that category. However, the state and local government has the different powers from the states, but for the federal, okay, sorry, I was just reading the question over again. For the federal government, they have the not the implied powers, but the 10th Amendment, which would be the states that the national government cannot override the state's powers. That is very, very key in this bill with who has the power to do what. All of that is stated in the 10th Amendment. The federal government, however, has the power, Supremacy Clause, which is Article 5, Article 6 of the Constitution, that states that they have the power to have laws, treaties, that sort of thing. Well, the guarantees of the states is that they have protection of evasion, domestic violence, territorial integrity. If there's a problem that the states can't handle, then that goes to the states. Not to the states, but to the federal government. The obligation for the states is to pay for, conduct all elections in the states, and to ratify any amendments to the national constitution, which is huge in our society today. Also, they are in charge of the process of admitting of new states, which only Congress could do that by the states, by the Enabling Act, which is something that's different. The states may accept or reject the conditions for a state to be admitted. It first starts off where a new state is advised to Congress, and then Congress takes a vote in which Congress, which is made up of states, different other states, they vote on whether that state that they stop, let me backtrack. They vote on whether a state whether they want that state to be granted statehood or not, and depending on that, it then goes to either if it's a good vote, then they may support it for a special reason, or they can also have the president come in and say that, okay, we want them to state, but they all have to agree based on the territory that they want, and based off of the citizens that are in that territory. So it's kind of a, very complex system of how you get statehood, basically. Let's see, let me make sure I did everything. Let's see. And also, I've already distinguished against the implied powers, and I categorized the federal and state and local powers of jurisdiction. So I will come to you with the next video of part 4, 5, and 6, which will be on the identifying the ways that states cooperate and explaining the Constitution regulates to interstate relations, and explain how the Constitution regulates the relation between national and state government in relation to supremacy and conflict between the two. So, bye bye.